Hi everyone, I'm Lynn from Finds of Yesterday, and I'm a reseller on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay. And this week we're talking sales. I sold $1,492 worth of items that I thrifted at a yard sale, an estate sale, online auctions, thrift stores, and I resell them on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. And my net profit out of that was $852 this week, and that's after eBay fees and cost of goods. So let's just see what's actually selling on these platforms. Stay tuned. Good morning. It's Monday, March 8th, and we have 13 items going out on eBay and one on Mercari today. So let's just jump right in. This first item is a vintage glass lighter, and this little brass top piece comes out, and it's made in Japan, and I guess you could use the glass as an ashtray. It took 1 year to sell for $20.97 on a 40% off sale. I paid 60 cents for it, so they're all in at $31.90. I'm perfectly happy with that. This next item is a set of 4 books. They're from Encyclopedia Britannica. They're home reading guides. I've had these listed for 1 year, 6 months, and a lady said, can you separate them out and put 2 of the ones she wanted? And I said, sure. And she said, can you send me a best offer on them? So I sent her a best offer of $11. I think I had it listed at $14.95. And I really didn't pay anything for these. So I am so ready to get rid of them. I'm sending her all 4. Whether she wants them or not, she can donate the other 2 if she wants. But she's all in at $15.13. This next item I got at a rummage sale, and it's a funky looking burlap ceramic lady, and I think you put your spoons and utensils in there. I paid 30 cents for it at the rummage sale, and it took 1 year, 8 months to sell on a 40% off sale for $10.17, and they're all in at $22.55. I'm actually happy to see her go. And then we have the Scoville. They call it a king-size Crazy Daisy winder. It's for crocheting, and don't ask me how to use it because I have no idea. But apparently this person does, and it sold for $16.95, which I've had this on sale quite a bit, but it ended up selling for full asking price in 4 months, and I paid 10 cents for it, and they're all in at $23.43. Then we have these Christmas lights. And I normally don't sell the green cord because a lot of times, you know how they are, they don't work half the time. But I plugged them all in, and I was either going to have to pull all these little petal flower reflector things out and try to sell them separate because I know that they sell, or just sell the whole pack with the cords and all because they were all working. And that's what I ended up doing, and they sold for $24 on best offer. And like I said, if you want to, if you have some that aren't working, just pull out the little bulbs. They're attached to the little plastic reflector, and sell them separate because I've sold another pack of these real recently for in the 20s. So they're sought after. It took 13 days to sell these, and I paid 25 cents for them in an online auction. They're all in at $38.47. With the cords, that did bring the price of shipping up some. That's something to consider too. Then we have this Christopher Radko Santa ornament, which came in an online auction. I bought a pallet of Christmas ornaments, and this one was in there. There was 2 other ornaments in there that were higher priced, but this one sold for the most, and it paid for the pallet plus. I paid about $1 for it, and it took 1 month and 9 days to sell for $49.95, and they're all in at $61.10. This is a Christopher Radko ornament. That's why it went for so much. You can see the detailing in it and how nicely done it is. There is a tag on the end here. That's the Christopher Radko symbol. That starburst with an R in the middle. Then we have these Michelob Ultra golf ball towel set. I guess it came from a golf outing. And it's a whole set of Michelob Ultra accessories that I paid 50 cents for, and it sold in 1.5 months for $15 on best offer, and they're all in at $22.90. Then we have this bed and breakfast Cottontail Lane lighted house that I've been selling one every couple days. I bought 8 of them at a flea market for $3.50 each. This one took 7 days to sell for $19.95, and that was a best offer. And they're all in at $36.41. Then we have these Lenox trinket trays. Lenox is a good brand and really nicely done, but there's so many reproductions of these things that they don't tend to sell for a lot. So these little trinket trays are probably the least expensive. I sold these on sale for $10.17 for the set, and it took a year to sell these. If you're going to get Lenox, look them up first, because some of them will go for a nice price, but some of these smaller trinket trays that are so common just do not sell very fast. I paid about 20 cents for these. You can see how readily available they are if I paid 20 cents for them. And it took a year to sell for $10.17, and they're all in at $19.87. Then I also had this Cardinal flag pennant for a long time. Bought it at an auction for 50 cents, and it's Bank of America 2006, and it took 1 year, 4 months to sell for $13.50 on best offer. I had it at $14.95, and I kept getting lowball offers like under $10, and I kept rejecting them, but I sat on it for a year and 4 months, but it did sell for $13.50, so I'm happy with that. They're all in at $18.45. Then we have this little Fifth Avenue glass perfume bottle, and it sold for $14.97. I really thought that these little perfume bottles would do better, but I have 5 of them, and I paid 60 cents a piece for them. It took 11 months to sell for about $15. So if you're going to get them, get the very unique style ones, and they do sell, but I guess the clear ones just aren't as popular. But they're all in at $20.82. Then I have these little glass candy wrapped hand blown pieces that you use like in a little bowl in the middle of the table or on the end table. These sold for $13.50. There's also a third one I already have packed up. It's a little bigger. It took 1 year to sell, and I paid $1 for the 3. And they're all in at $23.60. People do like these, but sometimes they can sit for a while depending on the style, I guess. And these do have chips on them, so I wanted to point that out as well, because that's probably why they sat so long. Then we have, the last thing is the Aeropostale women's jeans, size 11-12. They're BOLO skinny. These took me 5 months to sell for $16.95. And I've had them marked down, and it ended up selling at the asking price. And they're all in at $26.81. Then I ran out of room on my table, so this is the item going out on Mercari. It's a set of 5 Star Wars action figures that are 11 to 12 inches tall. They're fairly big. I paid $1 a piece for these at a rummage sale, which I probably paid a little bit too much for them. But they sold finally after a year and 4 months for $15, and I had them on eBay for that long, and I put them on Mercari for 1 day. It wasn't even 1 day, it was within the same day they sold for $15, and that's what I had them on eBay for. So it never hurts to cross post. So once I take out Mercari fees, which is $2.24, plus my original $5 cost of goods, my profit on these are $7.76. It's still not too bad. They're bigger items. They stored for way too long, but I still made a profit. That's all that matters. All right, that's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. It's Tuesday, March 9th, and we have 8 items going out today. This first one is a Raz Ally maxi skirt that a friend gave me who is cleaning out her closet, and it sold for $13.50 in 4 months. and they're all in at $20.05. Then we have this teapot, which I got in an auction lot of all sorts of teapots. So I really paid about 10 cents a piece for them. And this one sold for $10.50 after a best offer of $9. I countered her at $10.50 and she accepted. It took 11 months to sell, and she's all in at $22.04. Then we have this Pope John Paul II papal rosary that I assume got mailed to you on special order. And this one's still in the original mailer. It sold for $18.95. I paid 50 cents for it at an estate sale about 5 days ago. It got listed, and they are all in at $25.81. This next item is 2 boxes of ornaments, and these aren't real vintage. They're probably from the 90s maybe, so they are considered vintage, but they're not that old. And I sell ornaments easily. They have to have some kind of character to them, or some special color, or something unique about them, but not just the original glass balls sell that great, but these kind of have a frosted look to them, and the colors of them are really pretty and different. So they sold in 17 days. I paid $1 for both of them, and they sold for $17.95. They're all in at $44.98 because this is going to require a bigger box. They're not that heavy, but it's going to require the bigger size box. Then we have these 2 pocket watches that are in need of repair. They sold for $17.95 in 7 days. I paid $5 for them in an online auction, so it came with a lot of other stuff, but I still paid up for them. So don't be afraid to look at old vintage pocket watches. People are always seeking these. Even with this much repair needed on these, they still sold for $17.95, and they're all in at $24.35. Then we have a Bratz doll. I'm still selling my Bratz dolls. I still have a lot left. Sold this one for $16.95 in 2 months. I paid 50 cents for it, and they're all in at $21.95. Then we have this Mother Mary Pray For Us necklace pendant. It sold for $11.95, the asking price, and they're all in at $17.62. I paid about 25 cents for it with a lot of other religious items, and it took 1 month to sell. Then the last item we have going out today is this vintage hat, woman's hat, and they paid $22.95, and I had a lot of interest in it since I posted it about 2.5 months ago. But there was just no takers, and I sent out best offers, and I even think I had it on sale, but it finally sold at full asking price of $22.95, and I paid about 10 cents for it with a whole bunch of other vintage hats. So they are all in at $29.74. That is it going out today. We will see you on Wednesday. Good morning. It's Wednesday, March 10th. And I have one item going out today, which is this lot of yarn called Fun Fur, and it's 14 skeins of it. It's sold for $28.17, and they're all in at $44.11. It did take 1 year and 8 months to sell, so it took a long time to sell. But I did purchase it from a rummage sale in a bag of all sorts of yarn, and I sorted it out and put all these together. And this cost me about 25 cents, so still pretty good profit. That's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow. It is still Wednesday, and I had one more item sell on Poshmark, and it is this Thai Beanie Baby kid that's perfect and in time for St. Patrick's Day, which is next Wednesday already, so hopefully it gets to them in time. But it sold for $7 on best offer. I had it listed at $9, and I've had it for 1 year and 2 months, so it's about time for it to sell. And I will make a profit of $4.05. That's it for today. Good morning. It's Thursday, March 11th, and we have 4 items going out today. This first one is a gold cross that is metal and pretty heavy, and I paid $1 for it, and it took 1 month to sell on a best offer of $14.95. They're all in at $24.59. Then we have this beautiful paperweight, which is from Mount St. Helens Ash, and I paid $4 for it at a thrift store, and it took 1 month to sell, and I took a best offer of $20, and they're all in at $31.30. Now, just a quick note that on eBay, when you sell an item for $20, the fees are about $2.70, so that brings it down to $17.30, and I paid $4, so my profit on this is $13.30. The next item is this Union YN 500 camera. It's a film camera from like the 1980s, and I had it up for 10 months. It took a while to sell, and I got it in a lot of other cameras for about 50 cents, and I sold it for $16.95, and they're all in at $27.62. Now this next item are some celluloid toys. They call them shakers. There's a duck and a swan. They have stuff in them that makes them rattle. These took 10 months to sell because I had a higher price on them. I sold them on a best offer for $38, and they're all in at $43.65. I did pay $5 for these, but I bought a lot from an online auction, and there was other items in there with it as well, so these came out to about $5. So that's a pretty good profit. Always keep your eye out for celluloid toys. You can tell if they're celluloid. They're like a thinner plastic. They make makeup cases and things like that from like the late 1800s up to early 1900s. But it's like a thinner plastic. It's a durable. You might be able to tell by, they say you can put it under hot water, and I know when you're at a thrift store or online auction you can't do this, but if you can, they say it smells like camphor. They are flammable, so you need to keep them away from heat sources. That's why they stopped making celluloid toys back in like 1940. So that is it for today. Them are the four items going out. Good morning. It is Friday, March 12th, and we have 5 items going out today, 4 on eBay and 1 on Mercari. The first item is this Texaco pencil holder, and it is an advertisement for Sky Chief, and it's plastic, I guess, and probably from the 50s, 60s maybe. And it sold for $13.49 on a 40% off sale. They're all in at $19.15 for a pencil, so always keep your eye out for these. I paid 28 cents for it in a lot of other items, and it actually has H.R. Fiscus on it. So it's an advertisement for a company. They probably handed them out as a promotional item, and it took 1 year and 6 months to sell, but I probably had it priced too high in the beginning. Next item is this vintage pedestal. It's like a tray bowl item with the cherubs on it, and it's Victorian. I always pick up these Victorian items because they always sell well. This one is going across country, and she was very worried about me shipping it, so it will be double boxed like I always ship breakables, and I will bubble wrap it like crazy. And I paid 60 cents for it in an online auction lot of all sorts of other things. It took 11 months to sell this, probably because I had it priced a little higher. It did sell on a 40% off sale for $20.97. She's all in at $55.86. Because this box, it falls over the 36-inch mark, so that brings it up to the next category, and that's where the prices shoot up high. So it's going FedEx. So always pay attention to what size your box is going to be, because if it's 12 by 12 by 12, you should be all right with priority. But if it's going to be 12 by 12 by 13, it's going to fall into the next big category, which it's close to doubling in price. So pay attention to that when you are setting your parameters on your listing. The next item is this Jones New York shirt. It's a size 1X. This only took less than a month to sell, and it sold for $16.95, the full asking price. And they're all in at $22.60. I paid $0 for it because my niece gave me a bag of clothes. Then we have these refrigerator magnets, which took less than a month to sell as well. They're from all over. They're different places from around the United States. And I paid 50 cents for it in a lot of other magnets, and I sorted them all out and put these all together, and it sold in less than a month for $24.95. They're all in at $35.86. So keep your eye out for magnets. Now the one sale on Macari was this Barbie furniture. It's a kitchen set. Came with all these little accessories. Bought these at a yard sale, probably about 9 months ago or so, and I paid about 85 cents for these. Took 7 months to sell. It sold for $30 minus the Macari fee of $4.17 and my 85 cents initial investment. My profit on this is $24.98. So Barbie furniture is definitely something you want to keep your eye out for. That is it for today. See you tomorrow. Good morning. It is Saturday, March 13th, and we have 4 items going out today, with 3 being on eBay and 1 on Macari. The first one is this Walt Disney Happiest Songs record. It took 10 months to sell, so it's not probably something I will seek in the future, but I paid $1 for it, I think at an estate sale. And they paid $12.95 plus their shipping and taxes came to a total of $22.74. Then we have this Fiore Ware mug, which was part of a lot of other Fiore Ware stuff that I got at an online auction. Here's what it looks like on the bottom. It is art pottery, and it's a nice piece. I sold it for $14.95, paid $5 for it, and I say that because I averaged out all the pieces in the lot, and some of the other pieces were much bigger, like a tray and a pitcher, and I said I paid $5 for them. So you could say I paid more for the pitcher and the tray and less for this, but I just averaged them out and paid $5. So it took less than 2 months to sell on this, and they're all in at $25.13. Then this is one of the best buys I made this week. It's a Brooks Brothers men's robe. I paid $5.75 for it. It was on sale. I shouldn't say it was on sale. I got a coupon for 20% off at a thrift store. So I found this. I always go looking through the robes, the men's coats, looking for like Carhartt coats or Nike or Adidas, that type of thing, and the jeans department. And this happened to be there for, I think it was $6.99, but with my discount I got it for $5.75. I put it up for $48.95, and it took 1 day to sell, and they're all in at $57.50. It's going to an apartment in New York, New York. And that's the 3 items on eBay. And this item over here is an item that sold on Macari. It's a Puma men's vintage jacket. I paid $2.50 for it. It took 9 months to sell, but I had it on eBay for 9 months, and I cross-posted a bunch of items over to Macari, and this is one of them, and it finally sold over there probably within a month for $34. And with the Macari fees, which was $4.69 minus my cost of goods, which was $2.50, my profit on this item is $26.81. So pretty happy with that. That's the 4 items going out today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video and got something out of it and learned a new item to look for. And I hope to see you in the next video.